here we are. Oh my gosh.
Wow, that was quick.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a great Monday. Are you having a good Monday?
It's a good Monday.
We got a lot to talk about today.
Yes.
We have a whole bunch to talk about. But before we do that, as always, while we're waiting for everyone to get on board and we don't go all crazy, what's up from Massachusetts?
What's up, guys?
We got Kentucky in the house. Good evening. How are you? Hi, guys. Good evening. Hello from Hurricane, West Virginia. I could see that. Definitely. Hello from northern Minnesota. Almost Canada. Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. It's all good. Did you have a good weekend?
I have a good weekend. Yeah.
Bobby says hi.
What's up, Bobby?
Also Raymond.
What's up, Raymond?
Everybody loves Raymond.
What's up, Bruce?
Louisiana checking in.
Morning.
Louisiana. You know what's in Louisiana? Other than a Buc-ee's?
No, I was thinking more like Popeyes.
Fox Acoustics. Yep, right there. I know. Canada, all the way from Canada.
What's up, David?
Galveston Island. Nice. Currently 71. Awesome. That's nice. It ain't that here.
Yeah.
Northern Maine. I bet you it's cold in Northern Maine, Tony. I bet you can drop that on us. Let us know. What is it in Northern Maine right now? Hello, guys from Canada. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Fox Acoustics. I know, right? Hello from MTI.
Ooh.
Or MTL.
MTL.
MT. What's up? What's up from Port Richey?
Hey, what's up, Jim?
It's right up the street.
It is too far.
It is too far. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? So we had a great day.
Yeah.
And I'm lying out my teeth. 8600 NEX AVIC, worth it? We just one of those the other day. It's a pretty solid piece. We're talking about the regular doubled-in version of the new one. Yeah, that was a pretty good
And
piece.
if you can get it.
Yeah, Scott. What's up, Scott? Hey, from Michigan. I'll be stopping by in a couple weeks to do some shopping. All right, we're going to talk about that in a little bit because Paul will be here, but we
Pay
might
attention
not.
to this,
So
yeah.
we'll give you the dates that we're going to be gone. Clearwater, there you go.
Oh.
What's up?
I like Clearwater. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, no, Johnny, you're the sexy Jens. We're going to be passing through your airport here soon. It's a warm 59 degrees up there in northern Maine, don't you know? Oh my gosh. Fox is about 30 minutes away. That's cool. We want to go there one day. I think once they get all their nonsense taken care of, we'll have to, I've always wanted to make a road trip to there, and now that we know that it sucks, but we could do it. San Diego. Dean, what's the last 5 minutes on Instagram? You guys sounding like chipmunks. What's up with that? I don't know. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Was it the whole show?
No, say the last 5.
No, in the last 5 minutes.
Few minutes.
Last few minutes. I honestly, I don't know. I will go back and check it out though. When I'm editing that show, I have to like check each one of them, and it's usually like to make sure the sound is synced up. But I wouldn't be surprised if something happened on that. It always does. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Can't wait till December 30th. Why? I mean, Christmas all the way, but UK in the house, 11 p.m. here. I would, yeah. No, the last few 5 minutes on 5-star. Okay. I'll have to check it out. I'll see what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to change it, but I'll just check it out. I mean, that show is just such a pain in the butt to edit. I know it seems like it'd be simple. It's not. What's up from Boston? Noticed that too. Like you were sped up and out of sync. Okay, listen to Overwatching. All right, I'll have to go figure out what the heck is going on. You guys are giving me homework. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. I'll see what's happening. If I can, I might delete it. If it's really bad, I'll just delete it and re-upload it and just take it as a loss. Fernando, K2 or hybrid Mark IIs after having them both?
Ooh, man. Right now I have the 1300. I would put the K2s just because it's 2 ohm, and I would get a lot of mid bass.
I don't know if that was a good enough reason. Not gonna lie.
Why?
Because I just don't know if that was a good enough reason. I feel tired. So it's there's no looking.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know Aussie Iron's still taking orders that you know of? Yes, for the new one, I believe they are. If we get Marty Dean on here, though, at some point tonight, we can always ask him, because he will pop in from time to time, so we could find out. I know he has a new job, but that's not getting away from the high 10. Other than how Stinger recommends to do the wires on the high 10, do you guys have a 12-volt wiring technique on doing a meter? Also, is it possible to run the RCAs to the back just to have them ready for future installs? Yeah, we always do a better install than they recommend. The only problem is we haven't had a time to film them yet. But yes, typically their install ideas for both Jeeps suck.
Yeah.
We filmed ours doing it their way, and the next time we get one in, then we will be doing a better video on it, showing you how to actually do it. Speaking of, there he is, Marty Dean. Yes, we are AussieIrons.us. So head him up, and you can still pick up your Aussie Iron.
What's that, Thomas?
How's the new Aussie Iron versus the old Aussie Iron? Well, it has a lot more features, that's for sure. But hit him up, hit Marty up, and let him tell you all about it. Maybe we'll get him on one night and we'll do a show talking about all the fun that is being Marty. All right, so let's get to it. Let's hop into the show. We got a lot of stuff to take care of tonight before we get to all the questions. So just hold on for a second.
All right,
as
before
usual.
you go.
Before I go?
Yeah.
Can I go? I was gonna go.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So heading over to the laptop. Oh, let's get rid of that. We have this little thing called the 12-volt Clean Wire Club, and what it is a place where all the cool wiring that you guys do is spotlighted. And every Sunday, Fernando scours the page and comes up with what he thinks is the next great, awesome wiring job. And who do we have today?
We have Carlos.
Carlos did a really nice
SPL,
job with
yeah.
some JX JL audio amplifier. And of course, he added an epicenter, which is really nice. I'm liking that. This is in a classic car of some kind. And, well, there you go. Good job.
I was thinking that was in a bow or something.
I'm looking at all the sound treatment. Plus, I was looking at the other pictures that you had. So that looks like a classic car of some kind.
Okay.
Looks like a little pickup truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nice job. Nice job. Way to go there. Coming back to this, I have a question for you, Fernando.
Yes.
Have you ever seen the movie,
No.
either one of them,
No.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Which one did you see, the Johnny Depp or the Gene Wilder?
I think the first one.
The Gene Wilder? The old one?
The old one.
With Veruca Salt, where she
Yep.
blows up into a big blueberry and the little guy gets shrunken into the TV. And they're like, we're going to have to go stretch him.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is that he is kind of recluse, hasn't let anybody into the Chocolate Factory in a while, and he decides to have the golden ticket to where it's like, he can't see your finger. It sucks to be him.
Yeah. Sorry, it's just like customers want to come in and
they're in the wrong door in the first place. Anyways, no one has been inside of Willy's factory in a long time.
Yeah, keep going.
So, the reality is, we're getting ready to do that. And our reality is going to be going to Rockford Fosgate. Now, there have been people that have gone to Rockford Fosgate.
Yes.
But they have never had the ability to bring in cameras and film it and share it with the world.
Well, okay. They probably take some cameras, take a picture and that, but nothing like what we going to do.
We're doing a golden ticket. We have a golden ticket. We
Yes.
get to go. And we are going to be there 2 weeks. We'll be there. We're going to be filming Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday we get a day off to just kind of hang out in Arizona.
That is correct.
But we have 3 days of filming there. We have a couple live shows we're going to be doing for them. We're going to see if we can do a live show with them for us, for you, and have maybe Eric on or whoever else we can get on. But the whole purpose of this is not so much for live content, it's pre-recorded. We want to get in there and we want to film the hell out of the place and take you guys behind the veil, deep into the headquarters of Rockford Fosgate and show you all the things that happen behind the closed doors, just like Willy Wonka allowed us to do.
Yes.
And we're super stoked that they're giving us permission to do this. Don't get me wrong. This is not something that they're... Yeah,
we're going to be the first people
there are
to
hoops
do this.
that we do have to jump through to bring this to you.
Yeah.
But we didn't care. We're like, whatever we got to do this, because we want to be able to show you guys Rockford.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's like when you think of, I mean, best case, when we were on last week on Hi-Fi, on Reverse Polarity, on the Hi-Fi network that we do on Thursday nights, he asked a question about like old school car audio and stuff like that, and still today, what is your favorite brand? And it was like unanimous. It was Rockford Fosgate, won by like a landslide. And I'm like, wow. Yeah.
Well, before I started in car audio and working actually, in car audio, one of my first amplifiers was a Rockford Fosgate, so I was in love with those. So, dude, that's gonna be awesome. I'm excited. I'm just gonna say thank you to Eric and Teresa and Joe too.
Everybody. The whole place.
You're
whole company. Them.
No, but it's the people we're talking right now. But thank you.
Grandpa Joe was lazy and didn't get out of bed. The whole beginning scene of the original Willy Wonka was really weird with the 4 people sitting in the bed. I didn't understand any of that, but
yeah.
Also, while we're there Friday at 5 o'clock, we're
yes.
going to be headed over to these guys, Mobile Solutions at USA.com. So we're going to be doing a trip there. So that ought to be.
We're going to go and see them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we are going to go see them. So that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Super stoked about that. So it is going to be really exciting. We're going to talk about it more, of course. We will be bringing you some live content. We'll be bringing some behind-the-scenes content. So there will be a regular video that we are going to make, but we're also going to try to make a behind-the-scenes stuff that like we do while we're trying to do the video. Naturally when we go to do these things, we try to just run camera as often as we can. I
feel there is never enough time. When we go into do something like that, it's like, okay, run. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. And
what's up, Canadian Marty?
What's up?
Yeah, there's never enough time. I mean, it's funny. Like you could have 4 days someplace, and you're still like, or 3 days for this matter, and you're still like,
no.
And then when you get home, you're like, oh, why didn't we do that? Oh, damn it.
So the next time it has to be 2 weeks.
No, I don't want to spend that much time anywhere. If we can't get it in the time we have,
all right, 10 days.
If we can't get it in the time we have, it's just not going to be gotten.
No, I agree.
But it's going to be exciting. I can't wait to bring you guys along on this one.
Yeah.
And obviously, what's going to happen is we're going to film it, and then so some of the live content will be nice. What we're going to do differently on this time is, unlike the last trips that we went on, we're going to take some of, like when we went on vacation this year, we had all the compilation videos that we did of prior installations, like 1 through 6, and we made a bunch of those for you guys to watch. The plan is to do that as well, so there'll be compilation videos that week so that there won't be any missed opportunity for you guys to watch some of the stuff. So I'm going to try to put 5 videos together of stuff you can watch. The video we're making for them, we're going to have to build it, and then they have to approve it because they want to make sure they reserve the right to make sure that the video we create isn't anything wrong with what we're talking about. They just want to make sure there's nothing top secret that got accidentally filmed as in the video, and we have to blur out.
And I totally understand that.
So,
question that David has: is there going to be a Saturday show after the Rock for a visit? That's a good question.
So, the problem with that is there might be, and actually it's not a bad idea
because it's a Friday and we don't have.
Well, we're flying back Saturday though.
No, that's fine.
He's asking, is there going to be a Saturday show? So what's going to happen is we're coming back Saturday. We get back here at like 4:45. All right. So they're going to pick us up. We could, or we could be dead, meaning dead tired because we're leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning and getting back here at 4:45.
We decided over there as soon as like everything ends and everything.
Yeah.
You never know.
Bobby, you don't have to make the trip. Rockford's picking us up. They got cars. They got the whole thing. Thank you for thinking of us.
Oh, dude, definitely. Thank you, Bobby.
And if they weren't, I would give you a call.
Yeah.
But no, they got us taken care of. So, but yeah, as far as the Saturday show goes, I don't know I think the schedule is going to be all screwed up because honestly,
Yes.
there'll be some form of a Friday show.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's going to be something during the middle of the week. Monday is really the weird show, like the Monday before we go, if we're going to be doing a show that day or not, because that's kind of a weird day for us.
Yes. So all right. So the days that we're not gonna be here is the 11, right?
Yeah, 11 through the 16th.
11 to the 16.
Yeah.
So
11 through the 16th. Dean and Fernando out of town. Paul will still be here, so if you still need to call him or bug him, do whatever you want. But David, we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
But Scott, yes, those are the dates that we will be gone. If we miss you, I feel bad. But damn it just didn't work out. Try and get a
Oompa Loompa putting the amp together.
I mean, there are some small guys over
I'm gonna be there, so
yeah,
I can work there.
But anyways, so that is what we got going on coming up here shortly. Today we do have a fundamentals, and I normally would want to wait till 20 minutes in just to get to that whole aspect of things, but I think the smart money here is to just move on to let me get rid of that. To fundamentals of car audio. The reason why I figured it'd make good sense just to go right into the fundamentals is that way we can use those 3 minutes to get it to answer some of the questions and whatnot. All right, what do we have? For those of you that are at home and been playing at home and you're like, wait a minute, what? We did something like, it seems like 1,000,000 years ago, we started how to use a digital multimeter for 12 volts. Part 1 was DC. Part 2 is going to be, you guessed it, AC.
I was thinking more like, how do you make some cookies and chocolate?
I know, it is making me hungry. There are a few actions we use a digital multimeter for in car audio. AC volts, alternating current. I was going to say, just hit the off button right there.
Okay.
If you want.
No, I want to do. They can see you.
Okay, there we go. No problem.
Hi guys.
AC volts or alternating current symbol. So the symbol for that on your digital multimeter is going to be the little squeaky line. The reason why the line looks like that is because in AC current, both positive and negative travel over the same wire. So if you have the zero access point, there's a positive, there's a negative, and it's both traveling over, if you're a home guy, that black wire that you don't ever grab because it makes you go, oh, that hurt. In car audio, it is not quite that intense. There are still 2 wires. The other wire is a neutral. It can also be called a shield, a return, or a ground. A lot of the times in 12 volt, we'll just call it a shield. Moving on. Things you can do. AC volts. There again, up in the top corner. Example number 1. Testing amplifier output voltage. Put the positive negative lead on the speaker outputs. Play a test tone to see voltage at the frequency. This will tell us the wattage. So we can do math here. We've done examples of this before where you can use that information to figure out how many watts you have coming out of the amplifier by reading the voltage. So for example, 36.62 volts. Doing the math, depending on the ohm load you had, will tell us how much power we have coming out of the amplifier. It's a kind of like if you don't have an oscilloscope or a distortion detector, this is not a bad way to do it. Second example will be testing the output voltage of a preamp. Essentially, it's the same basic principle, but if we want to see how much voltage is coming out of our RCA section or our preamp section if it's a factory radio, we're going to take and put our red test lead to the positive, our black test lead to the shield around the outside of the RCA. There again, playing a test tone, turn the volume up to its maximum undistorted level, and see what kind of output voltage we have. Most of the time you're going to be turning it up pretty much all the way, and if it says it's a 4 volt head unit, you may see 4 volts, you may also see something less. And the reason why you would see something less is some manufacturers actually rate their 4 volt output with the bass and treble turned up.
Hmm.
Kind of screws things up. They also don't mind the radio clipping to get that 4-volt signal output. However, some manufacturers will say the radios will put out 5 volt, and surprisingly enough, they actually just put out 5 volts. It's pretty incredible how that thought process works. But testing that to see is very important, because sometimes you'll be like, hey, I'm not getting any volume out of some specific either front or rear. I can then easily just grab my digital multimeter, turn it to AC voltage, play a test tone, see what I got going on. The reason you're playing a test tone and not pink noise is because the two react differently, and you're going to get a more accurate read playing a test tone. Make sure you're playing a test tone in the range that you're going to be amplifying. So for example, if you're going to be doing sub, play a sub test tone. 50, 60, 70, 80 hertz. And don't be afraid to play more than one test tone. Everyone always just wants to play the 40 hertz, but don't be afraid to play 50, 60, 70 and see if the voltage changes any. That's a good way to plot your output there. AC voltage, we don't do a lot with it, but there is one more. I forgot. I did find another that we actually use this for. Example 3 is testing for AC ripple. AC ripple, yes. AC ripple can cause radios and other sensitive equipment failure. AC ripple, if you've ever owned a radio and... Hey Siri. Go away. No, this... Oh, it's on this computer. Like, what computer is it on? Sorry, I know there's too many computers. Anyway, if you've ever had a radio before, and we get this quite frequently, where the radio just locks up. It shuts off, it doesn't do anything, and you unplug the power, and you plug the power back in. More than likely what's happened is you've gotten some form of an AC ripple into the system. They just happen. For the most part, it's just a random thing, but you can test for it to see if your car has an absorbent amount of AC ripple. Put a lead on each terminal, have car running with lights or AC on, meaning air conditioning. You need some form of a load. Needs, what you'll see on the digital multimeter, just like you see there, it needs to be below 0.1 volts. So at 0.01 volts, you're perfect. If you see 0.3 or 0.5 or something like that, and then you got issues, and you might want to take it to your alternator service guy and have him check it out. A lot of old cars that have the original alternator in it, by old cars I mean like 20-year-old cars, 15-year-old cars, that still have the factory alternator in it, you might see these AC ripples happening more and more common because the alternator is starting to fall apart. Kind of like old things do, they just kind of fall apart. But anyways,
what's up, Luis?
And that is what you can use your digital multimeter for AC.
That is
all right, let's answer some questions.
All right.
Install Kenwood KFC XP6902s and a Serif X83Cs. For those of you who are playing at home, that's the 6x9 with the 2.5 inch accessory and the new 6.5 inch, or is that the 8 inch? Or the 7 inches. That's 7. Anyways, that's a coaxial for the rear off the factory deck. Sounds great. What should I expect after running them through a DM608 and T4000 amps? What should you expect? Well, let me put it to you like this way. Right now, when I take off my glasses, there's two people on the screen. I don't have any eyes anymore, and well, my balls, my look really, really bad. Fernando's got a big forehead. I can't even tell that that's Fernando. Holy crap, I can now see.
That's me.
That's you, and I have eyeballs. Hey, that's what you can expect.
All right, so definitely it's going to be a good change.
Yeah, next question.
All right. I'm trying to...
I was going to say, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
That's that one.
All
there
right.
you go. Guys, what are your thoughts on Morel Hybrid 62s using Morel crossovers and adding the mid-range to make it a three-way set? If you have... so are we talking we just have 2 channels of audio that we're going to be using? If so, you're probably going to run into volume issues. Meaning, without the ability to go in and control the volume for those mid-range, it might sound kind of freaky. Yes, you'll have a three-way set, but you'll have no way to attenuate the mid-range to make it blend better with the tweeters. A simple solution for that would be, of course, to have like a 4-channel amplifier to where you can control the output of the 4-inch. I'm sorry, the little 2-inch. that would solve that issue. If you're planning on doing that, then yeah, go for it. You'll have a good time.
All right, William, I have a Pioneer NVH 300EX. The rear speaker's output has a humming noise. I'm ground the radio to see if that will help, but no luck.
If I wrap the wire around the input, do you think that would help? No. If you have some kind of weird noise just coming out of the rear speakers, that's not normal by any stretch of the imagination, especially if we're using the factory Pioneer amplifier. Depending on the car you have it in, I think that's kind of where you need to start. We need to find out, is there a direct contact between the radio output and the rear speakers? Some cars do have rear speaker amplifiers. You could also maybe accidentally gotten the wires crossed, like you have a left positive, right negative kind of thing going on. But either way, there's something wrong there. I would also pull the radio back out and just connect a speaker behind the radio and see if I still have the noise, disconnecting them from the rear altogether. But that's kind of where you want to start. If all of that leads you to, I have it sitting here and I'm still getting noise, then there's something wrong with the radio.
All right. Mike, can I take one of the kicker subs where the box have the passive radiators and build my own to fit? Just use the sub and radiator in the new box. How will any chance in airspace affects the output of the SQ?
Well, let me save you some time right there. They actually sell the passive radiators by themselves. You don't have to buy that box. You can just buy the sub and the passive radiator and build whatever enclosure you want. I would recommend giving Kicker a call because the tech support guys are sitting there with box design software open behind them. So if you want to talk to them, they can help you model a box together and get the best sound possible out of it. You may have to wait a little bit and they might have to email you, but they're willing to help you design the box to make their woofer sound awesome. It's kind of a nice feature they do with tech support.
Fernando, is 2 layers enough?
Or 3 too much? They're talking about sound treatment.
Oh, I think 2 is enough. I mean,
yeah. I mean, go crazy if you
go
like.
Crazy if you want, but I think 3 is
yeah,
it's good.
Hey Dean, are you going to try and get Rockford T2500 on your trip for the wall? I mean, I could probably try, and they'll still say no.
Yeah.
However, I'm not going to try.
Totally
and if they have one that's like broken or doesn't have any guts in it, and they just have the heatsink, totally down with, be like, hey guys,
take it.
I mean, this one's really not going to be doing anybody any good. Do you mind? I mean, they'll probably say yes because like Tony wants it or something, but screw Tony. We're going to meet a Tony while we're there, and he's like, bro, why'd you say screw Tony? I'm like, I had no idea there was a Tony. I just guessed.
Oh man, do you know any car audio in North Carolina? Top of your mind?
No, I don't know anybody in North Carolina.
No, sorry man. I think Instagram. Try Instagram.
Man.
Yeah. I mean, I know
Tommy
they are.
From North Carolina?
Who?
Tommy? Wasn't Tommy from North Carolina?
No.
I thought he was from North Carolina. I don't know.
All right.
I'm sorry. Opinions. I have 12-inch Kicker VR subs. It's over 15 years old and a truck Q-Logic box. What is the life expectancy? Is it time to upgrade subs? Your sub is only 15 years old? That's it? Really? You can keep looking.
Okay.
There is no life expectancy on a subwoofer. If you take care of a product, it's going to last a very, 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 very long time. Just to give you an example, in my living room, I have 2 Orion first generation Cobalt 12s. They're 25, 26 years old. Guess what? They still play fabulously and have no problems whatsoever. Doesn't matter. I also have, which I ran up until we put the P300 in Haley's car, a Kenwood DB10. It's purple that I've had in 3 vehicles. Very long. And honestly, it's still sitting in the garage. I'm sure I could grab it and bang today. If you take care of your stuff, it will last. Didn't seem like Dean liked your answer, Nando. Can you go into more depth about the K2s and hybrids? I know Dean likes Morels, and you like K2s. Well, he actually had the hybrids in his car.
Yes.
The only reason why I didn't particularly like the answer is because it technically didn't answer the question of whether you like the hybrids or the Focals.
Mm-hmm.
All you simply said is because right now I have the audio control D1200 in my car. The K2, depending on...
ohm.
Well,
Yeah.
not all of them are. Not all K2s are 2 ohm. Okay, so they're not. They're not all 2 ohm. The set we put in the other day, the Ks, those were...
Well, that was not the KX2.
No, it wasn't the KX2, but he didn't see. It just says K2s.
Okay.
He didn't say KX2s. Not
Okay.
all of them are 2 ohm. So the question is performance of the K2 regardless of power, hybrid versus the power.
Right.
He wanted you to compare and contrast like I always get stuck doing.
All right.
The joys of the two of them. Have fun. Mhm.
All right. I love the metal tweeter of the K2.
The K2 has no metal tweeter. It
Well-
has a hard dome Kevlar tweeter.
Okay, it's a really bright tweeter,
It is a really bright tweeter.
right? I love that tweeter. Like,
They also make 2 sizes of it, depending
yes,
on what you're going
that's
with.
what I'm saying. Like the KX2, that's the big one. That's the chrome one or silver one, whatever they have. So I like that
It's
one.
not chrome. It's still yellow. Dude, you got 2 sets
The
of
ring.
Oh, the ring. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the tweeter.
Yeah, anyway.
I'm giving him a hard time right now, guys. So
I
just,
love that
just
one.
play
Now,
along with me.
I have the Morels, the hybrids.
He's talking about the KX2s.
Yeah, I have the hybrids, and I love them. I didn't know that they played that low,
The tweeter.
and that was amazing. So for me, the type of music that I listen and everything, man,
It's a tough one.
it's a tough.
Because immediately, I'll tell you what happened. As soon as we heard the hybrids in his car, I got this really shitty look on his face, and he was just like...
I didn't know. I was like,
Because I immediately said, hey man, KX2s are hybrids now.
Yeah.
And he just was like, I hate you.
yeah, it's just really hard, man. I honestly, you're not gonna go wrong with either one.
He likes the sizzle. Let me tell you what, the hybrids sizzle like a mother. They're like hot grease on an oven, boy.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be lost there. I think if you were just trying to figure out like what the difference between the 2 speakers is, the KX2, trust me, we always say it, we've said it before, there's nothing like a KX2, all right? Once you've heard K2s, you're just like, all right,
Yeah.
these are pretty awesome. However, nothing to be taken away from a hybrid. A hybrid sounds just,
Yeah.
it's equally as exciting.
No.
I think what you run into, and you can, let me put it like this. I think once you spend that much money on a set of speakers, it's really hard pressed to get a crappy speaker. I think that's what it comes down
The
to.
only thing I'm gonna say is like, hopefully you're gonna do the proper installation on the speaker, like good sound treatment, fast rings, and the whole 9 yards.
I don't.
Because
No, he's not going to do that. No one does that.
no, if you're not, you're probably not gonna get the right performance of the speaker, and either one. So
I would have guessed that the folks with better hearing would like soft tweeters. I can't hear anything, man. I don't think that's the case.
well,
I
you don't like
really-
that.
I don't like really bright tweeters.
No.
I like the soft tweeter, but it's weird. We get all different with this.
Yeah.
That was driving me nuts. So
Yeah.
it's okay. Moving on. Out of any 10-inch sealed woofer, no restrictions, what is each of your favorite currently on the market? So we're going sealed 10-inch. You know what I'm going to throw out there right away, because I was blown away when we did it, because it took a small box. It wasn't a short, shallow woofer. Was the Helix. I'm sorry, not the Helix. The Hertz. The Hertz Milli Pro.
Okay.
The Hertz Milli Pro subwoofer in a sealed box was like, wow. But with that being said,
I was thinking, well, I heard the JLW3
in a sealed box? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was really good.
Yeah, I'm not a sealed box guy. I like holes in my boxes.
Exactly.
Hi, Dean and Fernando. I have a 2013 Prius V with a Pioneer radio connected to a PAC Audio Radio Pro connected to the stock amp and speakers. The sound coming out of the head unit in the rear speakers is a lot less than normal. Any ideas? Well, something to consider if you're using the Radio Pro connected to the stock amp and speakers. That means it's probably got the JBL system in it. When you connect any radio, doesn't matter, to a Radio Pro or anyone's adapter for that matter in that vehicle, out of the factory radio, you have to understand how the factory system works. So out of the factory radio is a left and right output only going into the factory amplifier. When you go to install one of those, one of the first lines on it says, before doing this installation, please go in and set all your radio settings to flat, meaning balance and fader, bass and treble, because the amplifier actually memorizes where all those things are. If you go into your radio, there's no balance and fader. You fade it to the back, they just shut off. There's no sound because nothing is coming from there. Now, in some Radio Pros, it might be the new one, they have added digital fade, meaning they actually are now controlling the amplifier like they do, like the factory does. So the factory actually controls the fader in the amplifier, not out of the source unit. But I would go back to say, was the radio set default setting set before you did it? The other thing too is if it's a JBL system, the speakers in the rear are typically smaller than the speakers in the front because they're kind of going for that surround sound effect. It's a 2013 Prius. Do yourself a favor, pull out the factory amplifier, go with some new speakers, life will be 100% better. That's going to be your best. If you want to do it on the reasonable price point speakers, check out the Powerbase factory replacement speakers for that car.
Plug and play.
They'll work with the plug and plays. They'll work with the power that you have coming out of the deck, and they will sound fabulous.
All right.
No,
Martin.
We'll just say no. You can't run splitters on radios. Done deal. Sorry, you can't do it.
Yeah, you can.
And the only way a radio will read a USB flash drive if it can read FTS. What is it? FTFS?
No.
It's not FAT30. Yeah, it's yeah, anyways, that. Not FAT32. FTFS. It has to be capable of doing that, which that radio cannot.
Okay.
16 gig thumb drive, and that's about it.
Yeah, but you can use your phone and the thumb drive at the same time.
No, you can't.
Just one at a time.
No, one at a time. But
you think Class D amplifiers for mids and highs are up to the same level of performance of the Class AB designs?
the fact that this is still a topic, it just blows me away. Yes, of course. I mean, dude, we've been making we've been making D-class amplifiers for a really long time, and they sound fabulous. I honestly don't think most people could tell the difference between a high-quality D and a run-of-the-mill AB class. They're not going to do it. I mean, but that's also why you see, like when you look at these, we'll call them the more affordable amplifiers, that all their highs amps are AB class, and they're not D class. Well, that's because D class, to make sound good, costs a lot more money. So, you know, you can get a 100x4 AB class for a reasonable amount of money, whereas the 100x4 D class is actually going to cost a lot more because they've done a lot to it to make it sound really, really good. And I would probably rather have the D class.
All right, talking about amplifiers. What amplifier would be the best for pushing 2 gigahertz contents?
I mean,
The 800.1.
the 800, the CS 800.1 is a pretty reasonable amplifier, depending on how much bass you want and where you're going to do it.
But that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, if that's a good one to go with for sure.
Definitely. Why Vega hates bullet tweeters? He hates them?
Yeah, he hates bullet tweeters. No bullet tweeters. I mean, who really likes bullet tweeters? I mean,
honestly, after listening to the other ones that we did with the DSP and everything, I take a bullet.
Listen, man. If you're
I
swimming,
take a bullet.
if you're swimming in the ocean naked with a shark swimming around you, you're feeling kind of hurt. If you're in a shark cage, well, you know, the pucker factor goes out a little bit, and you're okay.
I still not going.
A bullet tweeter with no control on it is just like,
It's a bullet.
It's a bullet.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm running the HCCA 5001 amp. Whoa! On 3 giant speakers at 1.5 ohms. I have 2 red tops under the hood and thinking about running 2 190 amp hour batteries in the bed of my Avalanche. Would 2 runs of 2/2 wire be sufficient enough to run from the front to the back batteries? 325 amp alternator.
Wow.
Well, let's see. Let's look at. Hang on. Where's it at?
You have. That'll be right there, right here.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry. Let's pull that up. Let's go full screen, and let's go to 2.
All right. Hang
Go
on.
ahead and get rid of the question.
Where is it?
You were there, dude. It's blue.
I know.
It's blue. Okay. All right. So we have 325 amps. We're probably going to run about, I'll say 19 to 22 feet. That puts us right here in this top corner of 2 gauge. And he's going to run 2 runs of 2/0 gauge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, reality is you're right in the league, man. You're going to run 2, you'll be perfect. That'll be enough to go crazy with. So, yeah. Definitely. Make sure you fuse it, though. For the love of God, put some fuses on it. Hey, if you noticed at the top of the page, there's that cool Audio Control logo.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to thank Audio Control for being a sponsor of the show. If you'd like to know more about Audio Control, head over to www.audiocontrol.com. And if you really like Audio Control, you know, tomorrow is your interview when you were at Audio Control.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I added that up, and that's going to be tomorrow. So make sure to tune in tomorrow morning. You can see... Yeah, see, NTFS.
NTFS.
I got it right. But yes, it has to be able. Your radio has to be capable of reading NTFS in order to read a hard drive, and that system will not do that. FAT32, okay with a 64 gig hard drive. Hey man, the bigger the hard drive, the longer it is going to take. These inexpensive radios were not set up to deal with a lot of hard drive space. So, but yes. If you catalog it really well, you can find stuff. Any updates sooner or later on when the new epicenter will be in? Did you install the one you brought back into the lab? We have not installed the one we've brought back to the lab. That's actually on the schedule for us to do this week, God willing. And they're still scheduled for November. So that was the original release date was November. As far as we know, we're still scheduled for November.
Where can I find some 8-gauge 4 terminals for my amplifier? I just...
Bear.
Wire camp. Yep. Where can I find it?
I mean, any car stereo shop should sell them. I think you can even find 8-gauge terminals at Home Depot at this point.
Probably.
I think they have 8-gauge fork terminals. You can also, if you have a grinder and you're in a pinch, you can make a fork terminal out of a ring terminal just by simply cutting the ring, and that will make a fork. I've had to do that in the past, sand the sides down a little bit. Also, I'm sure if you type in 8-gauge fork terminal, you can find them on Amazon. But, yeah, I mean, it's not the hardest thing to find, for sure.
Yeah. I think we answered this one. The passive radio. Yeah. Okay.
But I think he added more. Passive radio out of the box, build my own box. Other than keeping the airspace the same, do you think
it will be okay?
I mean, if we have the choice between going with an L7 T10 sealed or single L7 T ported, I'm going to raise my hand to those two, because the L7 T10 sealed or the single ported enclosure is wow. Yeah. So I would go with those.
All right. I just finished watching the Addison Virtuoso 3 DSP video. Okay. Highly recommend it.
It was a fun build.
It?
Yeah. Have I watched it?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in a while.
Okay.
I mean, I lived it.
Okay. There you go.
I have a 3-way set of Power Bass XL speakers in biamp. My head unit has network mode 3-way crossover. Can I run it semi-active 2-channel for mids and 2 and tweeter channels for mid bass? The crossover on the head unit for the tweeter channels only goes down to 1K in the mid. Will this be a problem? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. The ideal situation would be to use the front 2 channels for the mid and the tweeter, and use the rear 2 channels for that. The reality is you really, no, it's a bad idea. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I would just get a small amplifier. I mean, like a 455U, a kicker key. Kicker key'd be great on that. I get the whole, like, I want to save money and I want to use the radio kind of thing, but it just would, you'd be so much happier with just a little bit of power. I mean, you don't have to go crazy, but just a little bit of power. I mean, a key on that would be fabulous because the key would work that way. Channel 1 and 2 could biamp into the mid-range and tweeter, and channel 3 and 4 could run the mid-bass and sound fabulous. Okay.
All right. Do you recommend running a DAC Dragonfly to get better sound from streaming providers?
I mean, I have one, but I've never actually done it because I only do it when I'm using headphones, obviously. But I don't know. We've never actually tried that. I had a guy, the guy that we did the Miata. Oh, I forgot we have that video. Didn't we shoot that? Ooh, I should.
That would be a good one.
I gotta figure out where that went. God, I hope I still have that and didn't accidentally record over it. I have to have that somewhere. Anyways, the guy that we did the Miata and that wanted the whole high res, he was actually plugging a THX DAC into his, that sounded pretty incredible. So I don't think it would hurt. I mean, if you have one laying around, definitely try it.
Oh, totally, yeah.
But if you don't, I wouldn't go out and buy one. I'm sorry. Hey guys, is it worth the headache to relocate the rear deck speakers to the rear doors in a 14 Ultima? Fernando?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I
mean.
Okay.
All right.
I feel
you have to run the wires. The wires, definitely.
That is a pain in the ass. However, the benefit is now I don't have my speakers in the rear deck, and I have big holes for all that bass to come through.
Yes. And
so
that's what I'm
for
saying.
me,
Okay.
that's a win-win.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I would do it totally.
All right.
It's not that headache. Just deal with it.
So in other words, do it.
Do it.
Just do it, Nike says.
Yes. All right.
I have an AC 1300. I'm thinking of getting some Focal Flax speakers. RMS rating is 70 watts for the speakers. My amp puts out 100 watts at 4 ohms. Am I safe to run those speakers with this amp, or is it too much power? Have you been watching the show at all? What is our most popular installation? It's a D5 1300 on some Focal Flax. We do it all the time.
They're gonna sound amazing.
I mean, like literally all the time. That is our #1 selling system. Is that amplifier and those speakers?
The only question I have, you have the D or the LC?
Not only it comes down to the tuning aspect of it, but I mean, other than that, same power on both
power
amps.
is gonna be the same. Yes.
Yeah, but no, we do that system all the time. You know, all the time. You'll be living the Vida Loca.
Yes,
no problem.
Everybody.
Any car audio manufacturers not having back order issues?
Not that I know. Come on.
I'm just trying to think because I mean I know we talked to somebody the other day. I'm like, no, we got stuff in stock. I don't know who that was though.
No way.
It was nobody. Yeah, no, everyone is having problems, man. The whole world sucks. I mean.
It's really hard right now.
We should find the picture that dude just posted when he was flying into LAX and he just saw all that whole thread of just there's a you can Google how many ships are sitting off the coast of California right now. It's staggering. Like it's simply staggering. It really sucks.
Well, if you want to watch the news last week, you know that was like what, 5 millions?
5
back
millions.
order?
5 millions.
5 million.
5 millions. I like it's millions.
A lot.
Have you ever done a full system in a Kia Soul? I'm thinking of doing mine for SQ. Yeah, didn't we do that, guys?
Kia Soul?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We did the Stormtrooper Kia Soul.
Mm-hmm.
That turned out nice. I will tell you
and
this: put a new radio in it. Do yourself a favor. Just put a new radio in that car. That factory radio sucks. Sucks bad. But other than that,
sound good.
we kept his factory radio. It's like I don't like it. I mean, it sounded fine. There was definitely problems with it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to do sound quality, way too much floor noise
see?
coming out of that.
Mike is going to get the D soon. Right there. He has the LC.
I have the LC, but going to get the D soon.
There you go.
Well, hopefully you'll live through it. Get the shot. It reduces the impact that the D has on you. Or, yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
I thought it was okay. Just crappy jokes. 2010 Mercury Mariner. with no sync, no navigation. Alpine LX 207, aftermarket amps, FD11 for steering wheel controls. So I have to make my own USB port. What to do about the camera and the mirror? How to connect to new head unit? We actually have a video showing you how to do it in an F250. So just, I think it's exactly how do I move my camera to from my mirror to my how to move my camera from my mirror down to my radio, and it'll walk you through it on an F250, which is going to be the exact same process as your 2010 Mercury. As far as that, PAC makes a flush mount USB port that you can put right into your cigarette lighter.
What is the name? USB what?
I have no idea. USB 1, USB 3, just like. Hold on.
USB 1.
I think I have one hanging on the shelf over here. It's the USB DMA1.
Oh, see, that's why, yeah. There you go.
You good?
Yeah.
You click on it? Oh,
yeah.
just click on the image, make it larger. There you go. There it is right there, that little guy. So we call it the nickel, but that is the one you need. So USB DMA1. Ta-da! You fellas made me step up my game. Once you know better, you have to do better. Had me buying all kinds of stuff, but so much better for it. Well, thank you. I'm glad we've had some influence on a couple people. Always make things a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
Which one were you laughing at?
At that one.
This one? I was also considering getting some Focal K2s. Is the quality worth the extra money over the flax? Ooh. We just had that question the other day, and we were looking at flax, and we were looking at the Ks, and we were like, And we ended up going with the Ks. And I enjoyed them a lot. Do they sound better than the flax, though? I mean, naturally they do. Is it worth the extra money, though?
I would do it. If I have the money, I would do it. The reason why not is because I'm always going to be in my mind that man.
I know, I could have just spent the extra money and been on the K2 club.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree. What's cracking with you, Lance?
Hey, that's Lance.
Yeah, the boss.
What's up?
I mean, here's the reality of all of this. No matter what you do in life, no matter how hard you try, always try to do the best you can. Don't have regrets. Just, it's what it is. I mean, that's the reality of it. I mean, you know, especially when you...
I'm broke. I'm not regretting.
Yeah, but you do the best that you can. You know, if you've got the extra couple $100 to go up to the next best thing, go up to the next best thing. I mean, it only makes sense to do it. Is it worth the money? Of course it's worth the money. It's the next best thing. You know, but you don't ever want to sit there and go, damn it, I could have just... Why didn't I just wait?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, oh, totally. There you go. Our friend Gerardo have the LED company, the HIDs. He's also affected.
Oh, I'm sure there's pallets of LED lights just waiting to come in.
Yeah,
oh
crazy,
my gosh.
Man, that's crazy.
Hold on, go up to Jody there. Next one up, right there. Did the German Maestros you have ever get installed? Hold on. Shoot, I hit the wrong button.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I hit the
wrong button.
There you go. They're
still right there.
Where are they? Right there.
Yeah, right above my finger.
Yeah.
Still right there. The plans are to install them, yes. Have we gotten around to it? No. The reason for that is just because of all the travel and just how crazy it is right now.
But you can check GermanMaestro.com.
We do definitely want to get them put in. I just, man, I can't, you know, someone said earlier in the show I look tired. Dude, you guys have no idea. But there again, a lot of people don't either, but this is just, it's just ridiculous right now.
Yeah, it is super ridiculous. 2010 Panamera. Ooh, that's my car.
S4.
S4. Looking to upgrade speakers, can really find what is without. Tearing it apart. Did we know what size is that?
I gotta be honest with you.
No,
off the top of my head, I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure if I spend like 5-10 minutes in Google, I would find it.
Oh, I know.
But
you could probably figure out in the Panamera
right now,
clubs. Honestly, no, I have no idea. The only thing we've ever really done for those is add subwoofers and custom enclosures. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a German speaker of some kind.
It's a German speaker.
Best way to do Big 3 in a 2010 Ford. What's a 2010 Ford? It's probably pretty straightforward. Anytime you're doing a ground upgrade, you have to kind of pay attention to where, if the car has one, where the ground circuit is. Does it have a cool little loop, or is it attached to the battery? In 2010, it probably doesn't even exist on that car. I like to try to find the factory ground points if I can and redo those if they're in short distance. Otherwise, I just add my own. It really just comes down to common sense. Don't put your wires next to anything that's moving or spinning, or it's going to get hot. That's all you got.
Yeah.
Ouch, Google got me. Is it bad to run power wire to an amp, then run another power wire from that amp to another amp, and do the same with the ground and remote? So basically what you're talking about is daisy chaining. Yeah, it's kind of ghetto. I'm not going to lie. It's very ghetto. If you want to do something like that, buy yourself a distribution block. Power distribution block, it will do that for you. I know, but you can pick up a power distribution block that has a power and ground on one side. I'm sorry, a power on one side and a ground on the other that splits off the two. You can check Stinger has those, and they're only like 25 bucks. I get it, it's 25 bucks, but it's also you spend all this money on the amplifier. Only makes sense to do it correctly. Now, you don't necessarily need to do it for ground, because you can just re-ground the amplifier to whatever ground point you have for the existing amplifier. So spend a little bit of extra money and get a longer ground and run your own ground, and then just get a power distribution block, which you could probably pick up like for 15 bucks. The thing you have to keep in mind though when you're deciding to do something like this is, first, what is the amp that is in there's current draw already? So for example, if you have, let's say, a sub amplifier in there and you have a 4-gauge wire ran to it, you need to know if the amplifier or the wire that's in there can support another amplifier. That brings us back to the amplifier power wire chart that we were looking at earlier. This guy right here. Move that up to, yeah, either way. Let's get rid of your comment real quick. And so what we have to figure out is how much current draw we have for the combined total of the amplifiers. So if we have under 125 to 150 amps of current for the two of them, if we have a 4-gauge wire ran, the maximum length of that 4-gauge wire is 13 feet. If we have 150 to 125 amps of current, then we're up good to, that 16, 17 feet that typically a power wire has. Anything past those two, as you can see, we're going to need a bigger power wire. At that point, we can't really safely split those two because we're going to be starving one of the amplifiers. We're going to want to go with its own power wire on that amplifier. So that's how that all works. Lots of fun and excitement there. Hey, can you believe what time it is?
Yeah, it is time.
It is time.
Yeah, I believe for the Panamera is like a 4-inch.
Is it like a German 4-inch?
Like a German 4-inch. And the subwoofers in the bottom, of course, like an 8-inch, like a big one. So
yeah. I mean, typically Porsches are unique speakers that don't really pay attention to anything. Like every 911 that we've ever done is we've always had to custom bracket everything. So welcome to the world of Porsche. Lots of fun.
I like the car too.
All right, last question.
Hi-Fi Vega.
Last question. This one's for you.
Yes.
Oh wait, before we go back, Lance Doss said the 911, the Panamera is similar to the 911. That means there is nothing. You're gonna have to custom fit everything. It's gonna be a lot of 4s or 3.5s.
I would pick roadkill.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, there you go. You have your answer.
Ultimate.
Okay. Getting that last one in there. Hey guys, that's it. That's the show. Thank you so much for watching. As always, we do this. We try to have as much fun as we can. We try to take you guys along on the journey. If you want to find the cool tools that we use in our installation, you can head over to DNF Tool Drawer, dnfttooldrawer.com. That's Dean and Fernando's Tool Drawer. And make sure you stay tuned because we will be having announcements for the Tool Drawer. The IRTA is coming soon. I mean, it's coming real soon. It's just a matter of me updating the website because, well, I got a present today. So we'll talk more about that later. But going back to the laptop, dnfswag.com is a place you can find all the cool apparel that we use, that we wear. Definitely not daily because, you know, we're not good like that.
Not daily.
But you can find all our stuff on dnfswag.com.
Yes.
And of course, if you want to support us, you can. We're also on Patreon. I know, right? Who would have thought? But we are on Patreon. And if you want to support us there, you can. That's really nice, and we want to thank you guys for doing that. And like that, guys, that's the end of the show today. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always. We hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Make sure to tune in to Instagram, where we do 5 minutes of 5-star almost every day and let you guys in on what's happening in the Bay. We did not go on today because this little gem right here, this is getting filmed, and it's always just so much work. We thought that was more important. But you guys have a great rest of your week. We'll see you later next time.
Bye, guys. Right after the